Hello, neighbors. It's Mr. Robert J. Ray, president of the Organism Chapter 4, coming to you again. I hadn't intended to come to you this soon after I put up my first video, but I've gotten so much feedback that I had to come on and say anything. And I was really hurt at some of the comments that was being made, like I was full of crap and that I was lying about it and that I didn't know anything about people's feelings and that I was a racist myself. And it really hurt my feelings when I got that feedback. And I was anxious to come back on and share with you that everything in life is about feelings. All of those people that said those negative things about me, it stimulated feelings in me. Some was anger. Some of it was anger that was stimulated in me when they said things about me. And but I got so much positive feedback, which made me happy, and I was excited about it. And the overwhelming majority of the neighbors had positive feedback to say, and they said that they wanted to get some of the process. But you always have to address the negative people also, so that they can know that they did stimulate feelings inside me, that they did stimulate some hurt and some sadness and some of the things that they were saying. And I just wanted to come back and share those things with you, because I've gotten thousands and thousands of feedback, and so I wanted to share that with you people at this point in time, to say that, hey, this is what life is about. It's about feelings. And when people say things about you, when they talk about what color you are, or how your features are, if they call you ugly, if they say something wrong with your nose, whatever part of the body they talk about, you can't say just deny those feelings, because you don't have any control over those feelings. They are stimulated by an external source. And so when they stimulate these feelings in you, you have to recognize those feelings, and you have to get those feelings up out of you. In a few minutes, I'm going to go to the board and check the ghost figure, and let you understand what I mean when I say that it stimulates feelings in you. But I'm really excited and pulled to all of you people out there that were positive and gave me positive feedback and subscribed to my video. And I'm getting more subscribers as the minutes and hours go by. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to the marker board, and I'm going to show you what it means that feelings is what we move out of. And that way, when people talk to you and say things to you, then you'll be aware that it's okay for these feelings to be stimulated inside there. It's just the way that you handle them. Some people handle them in a negative way, in a violent way, and that's why they get into trouble. Okay, come to the marker board with me, people. Okay, neighbors, like I told you, I was coming to the marker board and use the ghost figure to share with you how people move and what's stimulated when people talk to you. See, what stimulates you is that the stimulants come from the outside. When the white guy said something about me and called me a name on there and said I was talking crap and stuff like this, the stimulants came from the outside. So it was him that said the words that stimulated. He was the stimulus, and it stimulated into my intellect, which is my mind. And most people like to think that they move out of their intellect. They say, I'm smart, I can take care of everything, and I'm okay, I'm on a level that I can do exactly the way I want to do it. But that's not true, because once the stimulus come in on you, your intellect is just about null and void, because what happens is that it stimulates feelings down here. This is where you who you really are is down here. If somebody says something to you, it might cause you to be tense. If somebody touched you in the wrong way, it may cause you to be tense. And somebody might threaten you. It might cause fear or anger inside you. And all of these feelings is down here in your will, not in your intellect. And the stimulus is outside. A lot of people say, I can control my anger. I can control my fear or my hurt. But you can't control these things because you don't know what the stimulus is going to be. You don't know who's going to stimulate it or how it's going to be stimulated inside you. Some people say that they're not afraid of anything. But I've seen individuals say that, and a little mouse run out in front of them, and they jump up and scream. But they said they wasn't afraid of anything. But see, you don't know what you're afraid of until the stimulus come in on you. It can be, and then you got things that people say to you that will stimulate joy inside you. If they say something positive to you or say something good towards you, you'll be in some joy. And if not, if somebody says something to you that you don't agree with, you may be uncomfortable. A lot of people become uncomfortable when people say stuff to them, but they don't share that. They don't say, you make me uncomfortable when you do that, or when you say that. They don't say these things. They just let these feelings build up down inside of them. And this is the wrong thing to do. This is why this is a large part of the Organism chapter 4 process. Once we get you to understand what your feeling is and how that happens inside you, then you can be on your way to being successful in your life. So the ghost figure here will show you that what happens when these feelings come down here. When you're anxious, when you're sad, when you're hurt, when you're tense and in your anger, and it comes down in these feelings, then what you do, you try to block it off. You try to block all of these feelings from coming down inside you, in your will. And this is where you make your mistake at, because once these feelings is blocked off, then you can't express them. You can't get them out where people can know what you are thinking or know what you are feeling, because you're not sharing that with the people. Now, what you tend to do is control. This is control, and this is denial. When these feelings come in on you and you become angry or hurt, you try to say, oh, that didn't hurt me. I'm not angry. She didn't make me angry. Or he didn't make me angry. But it did make you angry. But what you did, you control those feelings by not sharing those feelings. And when you do that, you deny these feelings. And when you deny these feelings, that's when your sickness begins. That's when you begin to get, your mental health begin to get bad, because you can just push so many of these feelings down in there, these negative feelings down in there, and pretty soon they will explode. And when these feelings explode on people, then you tend to hit somebody or shoot somebody or hurt somebody. This is what happens when people get sent to prison. When I was working in the prison, they didn't know about these feelings. And I would say, well, why did you shoot the individual? And then the inmate would say, I shot him because he made me angry. I say, was that the first time he had made you angry? And he would say, no. I say, did you ever share any anger with him? And they would say, no. But unless you let people know what your feelings are, they will continue to do the same thing over and over again. If somebody does something that hurt you and they continue to do that, and then you don't tell them that it hurt you when they say that or when they do that to you, then they're not going to know it. But once you tell them, say, well, hey, you hurt me when you say that, and I'm going to be pushed away from you if you keep doing that. See, now that individual is on them. You got the feeling out of you onto them, and now you can continue to move on. You can continue to grow. But when you have all of these feelings pushed down inside you, like so many of you are, I know you got a lot of you got feelings pushed down in you now. Unlike me, I let my feelings out. I told the people around me today that when they told me that somebody had said that about me, I told them, I said, well, that hurt my feeling when he shared that, because what I'm trying to do is something really positive and something good, because this process is the best process in the world. It's 20 years ahead of any process out there. So when I heard those feelings, I done got them out now. Now I'm ready to move on and do whatever I got to do for the rest of the day, and I'm moving on. What he said now is not hurting me now. It's not making me angry, because I've gotten that out. I've shared those feelings out of me. So from time to time, I'll go to the board and I'll do a session on the board. And that way you can see what I'm saying. You can really see it better on the board than you can when it's just coming out of it's coming straight from me to you. So that's all I have to share with you today about feelings, and I'm anxious to move on.